I want to thank my colleagues, Congressman Brad Sherman, who he and I, along with Congresswoman Judy Chu and Congresswoman Friedman, along with the other members of the Armenian caucus, for their deep passion and desire to do the right thing, to stand up for the people of Armenia and Armenians throughout the world. I want to associate my comments with them, and I'd like to add to that. My name is Congressman Jim Costa, and as I like to say, I come from the land of William Saroyan, a noted Armenian writer and author in so many ways, imbibing the spirit of what Armenian people are all about and their history. Enough is enough. Today marks 1,000 days since the Armenian prisoners of war and civilian hostages have been unlawfully held by Azerbaijan. 1,000 days of families waiting for answers, waiting for their loved ones to come home. We are here today because it's important to never forget Azerbaijan's ongoing crimes. Why? Because it matters. The Minsk Accord basically did. Why? Because they are unwilling to comply by the agreements that were involved. Furthermore, they took upon themselves to basically invade the homeland of Nagorno-Karabakh, otherwise we refer to as Artsakh. Artsakh is the homeland for 120,000 plus Armenians, in which their communities, their villages, their churches, their historical references have in many ways been destroyed by the Azerbaijan military. And it goes beyond that. I mean, these atrocities, frankly, go back decades. They go back decades. Let's be true about this. As I said, I came from an area in the San Joaquin Valley in California where many, many years ago the Armenian community came, and in part from the genocide, the first genocide in the 20th century, and in which they were fortunate to be able to escape and to relocate as they did throughout the world. And those families I grew up with. I know those families. The Abrahamians and the Collegians and the Khazarians, and the list goes on. Our neighbors that we farmed with. And I learned the message. I learned the history as a young boy from our neighbors about these atrocities. And it's hard for young people to understand man's inhumanity to mankind. And that's why I'm so pleased that we have the young people that are here, because you're the future of our country, but you're also a reflection of all the Armenians who have suffered throughout this last century since the genocide. So when we talk about the detention of these prisoners, it is a clear violation of international law, a clear violation of international law and basic human rights. It follows the forced displacement, as I noted a moment ago, of over 120,000 Armenians from Artsakh, their native homeland. A human catastrophe that the world cannot and should not forget. Congress has an opportunity to act this week. We have my friend's Senator, he'd like to be Senator, Representative Sherman, who has been a constant advocate, and his amendment is very important, and we should all support that. I have another amendment that we will be pushing to hold Azerbaijan accountable and secure the release of these prisoners. My amendment includes submitting that the Department of State would prohibit any U.S. security assistance to Azerbaijan until the government takes meaningful steps to ensure the unconditional release of these Armenian detainees and the withdrawal of its forces from sovereign Armenian territory. Today, we see Azerbaijan impinging upon sovereign Armenian territory. When will it stop? And we're also here, in fact, to reflect, as has been noted, the destruction and to the degree we can force the worldwide community to offer protection of the culture and religious heritage, artifacts that in many cases sadly have been destroyed. But today I'm making a direct call. Azerbaijan must immediately and unconditionally release all the Armenian prisoners of war and civilian hostages. And I urge this administration to use every diplomatic lever available to make that happen. I said that to Secretary of State Rubio when he testified before the Foreign Relations Committee. And I made that clear. And he said they were working on it. Well, I said we need to do more than work on it. We need to use every available tool to make sure that Azerbaijan listens. These people are not bargaining chips that are reflected by our young folks here. These names, these photographs should not be held in a way to leverage. They are fathers, they are mothers, they are sons and daughters. And the families have waited long enough, over 1,000 days. It's time to bring them home, and we will continue to work together, not only in this effort, but to ensure that in the future we maintain and protect the sovereignty of Armenia for the future.